It was supposed to be Meghan Markle's big Hollywood moment, a masterstroke, the kind of Instagram-worthy stunt that could have catapulted her new wine brand straight into the hands and feeds of America's most powerful media dynasty, the Kardashians. Picture it, a perfectly packed basket, curated, elegant, chic, but styled to look effortless. The kind of gift that whispers luxury without screaming it. And where did it go? Straight to Khloe Kardashian. The plan was simple. Khloe snaps a picture, adds a tag, maybe throws in a caption, and boom! Tens of millions of eyes instantly locked on Meghan's wine brand. Just one post, just one little tag. That's all Meghan needed. But instead of a glittering Hollywood debut, Meghan got a brutal wake-up call. Yes, Khloe did post the basket, but that's where the fairy tale ended. No tag, no caption, no gushing, thank you. Not even a lazy, love this, or a subtle wink. Just a random picture of snacks and wine tucked awkwardly between sweaty gym selfies and glam shots. And in Hollywood, in the influencer game, silence isn't neutral. Silence is savage. This wasn't just a missed opportunity. This was humiliation. Served cold with no hashtags. In Kardashian land, tagging someone isn't just etiquette, it's currency, it's clout, it's the golden stamp of approval that can turn any brand into a global phenomenon overnight. And when they don't tag you, trust me, it's not by accident, it's the most calculated, coldest form of rejection in the celebrity playbook. And here's where the story twists the knife deeper. That basket, the one Khloe casually posted, rumor has it, it wasn't even meant for her. Hollywood insiders started whispering that Meghan's team had blanketed the entire Kardashian family with these baskets, desperately hoping someone, anyone, would bite. And if that wasn't embarrassing enough, some say Khloe's basket was actually a regift, passed down from another sister who didn't even want it. Now let's be real, in the normal world, regifting is awkward. In celebrity culture, it's war, a slap in the face. That basket might as well have come with a post-it note that said, "Not worth our time." For Meghan, who once stood on Buckingham Palace balconies next to Queen Elizabeth, trying to score a tag from a Kardashian sister marked more than just a failed PR move. It marked a massive, painful downgrade. She went from royal receptions and global headlines to being snubbed in an influencer circle. And the saddest part? She didn't even get the validation she was chasing. And let's not sugarcoat it. Say what you want about the Kardashians, but they grind harder than anyone. Kim wakes up at 4 a.m. to film. Khloe will spend hours editing a single photo. Kylie can turn a 3-minute makeup tutorial into a billion-dollar empire. Their hustle is relentless, non-stop, unmatched. Meghan, on the other hand? Sure, she's had big moments, the Oprah interview, the Netflix deal, the podcast. But in Hollywood, whispers have started circling. They're saying Meghan isn't putting in the work. She's trying to skip the grind. She's trying to shortcut her way to the top. And this little wine basket stunt, it didn't just look desperate, it confirmed the narrative. Instead of building a brand slow and strong, Meghan tried to leapfrog straight into Kardashian validation. And when it flopped, the internet pounced. TikTok filled with parody skits. Gossip pages erupted with shade. Even Meghan's own fans struggled to defend her this time. Because let's be real, if you're going to play the celebrity product game, you can't just show up with a royal title and a box of wine. You've got to bring the grind, the strategy, the relentless energy, but Meghan didn't. And the result? She got iced out, publicly, brutally. And in Hollywood, no response is the response. The fallout from this little PR stunt wasn't just a wave of memes or sarcastic headlines. No, this one cut right into the heart of Meghan's brand. Think about it. For years, Meghan has tried to paint herself as refined, untouchable, above the noise. She's styled herself as the humanitarian, the modern feminist icon who walked away from dusty royal traditions to build something greater. But here's the harsh truth. Begging for Kardashian validation doesn't exactly scream empowered visionary. And that's where the mask started to slip. Suddenly, the world wasn't seeing Meghan, the global changemaker. They were seeing Meghan, the former duchess, scrambling for relevance in a Hollywood influencer circle. It was whiplash. One day, she's lecturing the United Nations about equality. The next, she's praying Khloe Kardashian throws her a tag. And it didn't help that the wine brand itself, this big project she staked her reputation on, was already raising eyebrows. From day one, it was marketed as the next Chateau Margaux, sleek, exclusive, minimalist, dripping with that curated Meghan Markle elegance. But here's the catch. Exclusivity only works when people actually want what you're selling. Insiders started whispering that sales weren't booming the way Meghan's team wanted everyone to believe. Shelves weren't emptying. Online orders weren't skyrocketing. In fact, some even said bottles were just sitting there, recycled through photo shoots, repackaged, relaunched like leftovers with a bow. But here's the kicker. The one detail that made the whole thing look even more hollow. Meghan herself wasn't drinking it. She wasn't posting it, wasn't spotted sipping it at parties, wasn't even faking a glass at home in her own kitchen. And in Hollywood, where authenticity is currency, that silence is lethal. One of the oldest rules in the game is simple: be your own customer. If you're not seen using it, why would anyone else? Meanwhile, the Kardashians were still out there playing the game like absolute pros. Kylie drops a new lip kit, she's plastered in it the next day. Kim launches Skims, she lives in it. That's the difference. That's the grind. Meghan may have the royal title and the headlines, but what she doesn't have is that relentless daily marketing muscle. And this wine basket stunt, it only made the gap between them more obvious. Behind the scenes, Meghan's PR team scrambled to spin the story. They whispered to the press about 10,000 bottles sold, about triple-digit growth, about returning customers. But once people started digging, the numbers looked shaky. The so-called sellouts weren't complete. The repeat buyers, barely above average. And when you're still leaning on fake scarcity months after a launch, it usually points to one thing: the demand just isn't there. Then came the cherry on top. The rumor that Meghan herself tried to cover the snub, that she reposted Khloe's story like it was some huge win, reacting with excitement, pretending it was the tag she desperately wanted. No acknowledgement of the missing tag, no mention of the obvious shade, just fake enthusiasm to save face. And that's when it became painfully clear. This wasn't a power move, it was damage control. The Kardashians didn't even need to clap back. They didn't need to shade her. Their silence did the work. One missing tag was louder than 1,000 words. And while Meghan's team scrambled to paint the basket as a soft success, Hollywood wasn't buying it. Industry insiders knew what really went down. Because in Tinseltown, pity doesn't sell, power does, and Meghan, in that moment, wasn't leading, she was reaching. And here's the irony. Meghan once swore she didn't want to play the Hollywood game. She said she didn't crave fame. She said she didn't care for the shallow influencer economy. But here she was, playing it, and losing. And not just losing quietly, losing under the full glare of the internet spotlight. Every stumble amplified, every misstep immortalized. This is a woman who once stood shoulder to shoulder with Queen Elizabeth, now clinging to the hope that Khloe Kardashian might toss her a digital bone. Let that sink in. The humiliation wasn't just that the tag never came, it was what it meant. Because in Kardashian world, nothing is accidental. Their PR teams don't let anything slip. Every post, every story, every tag is intentional. So when Khloe posted that basket with zero mention of Meghan, that wasn't passive. That was deliberate. It screamed, "You're not one of us. You don't belong in this circle." And Hollywood heard it loud and clear. The whispers started. Meghan didn't have the juice, she wasn't moving product. The Duchess aura didn't translate into real influence. Not here, not where influence means viral moments, sales spikes, and cultural dominance. And the regifting rumor? That spread like wildfire. The idea that Khloe wasn't even the original recipient, that the basket was passed along like an unwanted wedding favor? Brutal. In celebrity culture, that's the kiss of death. It's like being friend-zoned by someone who didn't even know you were shooting your shot. Meghan's team tried to drag the conversation back to the wine itself, talking quality, scarcity, craftsmanship, but no one cared, because the story wasn't about wine anymore. It was about relevance. And here's the hard pill to swallow. Meghan, for all her talk about meaningful work and redefining royalty, had just made it crystal clear. She wanted what the Kardashians had. She wanted their cultural supremacy, their iron grip on the American spotlight. But in chasing it, she paid the price. Her credibility cracked. Fans who once defended her every move started asking questions. If she was so against racism and exploitation, why chase validation from a family constantly accused of cultural appropriation? If she wanted privacy, why was she staging media moments begging for attention? If she left the crown to build something greater, why did it all feel so shallow? That basket, perfectly curated, Instagram-ready, wasn't just a gift. It was a symbol of where Meghan had landed. Not a leader of a movement, not a disruptor of systems, but a former duchess, angling for a repost like an influencer with something to prove. And in the end, the Kardashians didn't destroy Meghan with a feud. They didn't need to. They did it the Hollywood way, through silence, through strategy. No drama, no public fallout. Just a missing tag. And with that, Meghan Markle's grand PR stunt collapsed into background noise. For someone who once sat at the edge of royal power and global influence, that's not just rejection, it's erasure. In Hollywood, being ignored is one thing. Being forgotten, that's the one thing no duchess can afford. No duchess.